Hello everyone, welcome to Peach on Earth Tarot. Today I'm going to be doing a reading for Gemini for the month of June. I was called specifically this month for some reason. Normally I always say like you can have Gemini anywhere in your chart. You can be a cross-watcher, although I ask that if you're here watching this reading that you come with good intentions for yourself and for others. But this month, they're telling me it's more like sun, moon, rising, and then also North Node. They were really pointing out North Node. And I'm also hearing Jupiter right now, specifically because of the Jupiter card is on the bottom of the deck for this card here that we're going to get into. So yeah, so Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, Jupiter, or you could have like really strong Gemini placements like a stellium and Gemini. So yes, let's get started here. What I'm doing here is, so this card, what I did was take this deck, which is the spells deck, is what it's called, and I fanned it out across the desk and then pulled the card that I was guided to pull. And Jupiter is on the bottom. And it's interesting because it says moon in Sagittarius. It says on a moon or on a Thursday or when the moon is in Sagittarius. And that is today, the day that I am recording this video. So you could be having your Jupiter return is what I'm hearing. Or just like something really strongly is going on with Jupiter with you right now. Okay, so, and at the end of the reading, there's a spell on this card. I will show it to you and let you screenshot it if you want to or whatever. Okay, so anyway, the energy, when I was getting into your energy, because what I do is like kind of I write Gemini over and over and over again, or whatever sign I'm doing, and I write it over and over again until I feel like I'm kind of settled into your energy, or I get like all the way across the paper. And today, what was happening is like I sat down to like get into your energy, and it was like really like urgency. I was feeling a sense of urgency, like I couldn't write it fast enough because I just needed to get to the next step, or eager to get started. I was really eager to get started instead of focusing on what I was doing at the moment. And so I kind of just went with it. I did go back, like I wrote some notes, and then I went back and finished writing Gemini and all this stuff. And but yeah, so you can be feeling very eager about something. Like you can kind of sense a change afoot, you know? Okay, so anyway, we have the priestess here. The priestess says, when the priestess appears, she represents your future enlightened self, a maternal figure and a source of divine inspiration. Her knowledge and experience of sacred tradition is a deep pool for those who choose to seek them. On your journey, you could be really like, maybe you're kind of like new to the whole spiritual journey, or I mean, you don't have to be, but you're new to some kind of journey, and you're really wanting to, but I am getting spiritual just because the priestess is a highly spiritual card. But it's like, so, you know, when you start on your spiritual journey, it's almost like I've wasted so much time. There's so much I could have learned by now if I'd have started this when I was first started or called to start this, because oftentimes like when we begin our spiritual journey, we will get these like flashes of memories where it was like you were getting signs, right? But you weren't fully awake, so you didn't know what those signs meant. You just thought, you know, fluke things or whatever. So now you're kind of starting to get like little flashbacks. You're like, that was the sign that I was supposed to be doing it. But it was just those signs, what they are is like you waking up. You know what I mean? It's like just little glimpses and letting you get woken up. So it's not wasted time, okay? But I feel like that's kind of where you are now, is like you're wanting to jump the gun, and instead of like be where you are. And you know, just the only advice that I have is just kind of like just go with your gut. You know, like Your instincts will tell you what you need to learn and when you need to learn it. And you won't get anything that you're not supposed to have before you're supposed to have it, or after you're supposed to have it. And so just kind of like relax, understand that yes, the spiritual world or whatever world it is that you're diving into is huge, right? There's so much to learn, but there's no sense in stressing yourself out about it. It's supposed to be a fun, well, not always fun, but it's just supposed to be an enlightening experience. So just kind of give yourself a break. Let yourself be guided, learn what you need to learn, and don't worry that you aren't learning fast enough or that you aren't moving fast enough. You're okay. So anyway, on your journey through witchcraft, you will meet, or whatever, it can be witchcraft, it can be spirituality, it can be whatever it is that you're being called to, okay? You will meet many guides and experts, but a true priestess works as a mentor, offering up assistance, performing sacred rites, and taking young witches under their wing. During the full moon, which today is the full moon in Sagittarius, so that's twice. Okay, so we have the full moon here and then moon in Sagittarius, and right now it is the full moon in Sagittarius. It's really interesting. During the full moon, reflect on priestess energy and think about who embodies that role presently in your life, or ask the universe to send a wise one to learn from. So you could be asking for guidance. Now your guide could be like a physical guide, or it could be a spiritual guide, or both, or many. And then also when I was reading that, I was getting the sense that it wasn't just you searching for that. Like, yes, right now you are probably looking for that. But then it's like down the road, you will be the priestess. You know what I mean? Like when you seek the energy for yourself so you can become the energy later. Okay? Now, where do I want to put this? Over here. Now we are going to start with the Heaven and Earth Tarot. And it's interesting that I picked this one out, especially with the message that came out, because it's like you're an earthly being, but you are seeking this heavenly guidance. And I don't mean heaven in like a Christian way. I just mean like it's like a pure guidance. The priestess she is pure. She will never give you false information. Okay. What is the message for Gemini, please, for June? What's the message for Gemini? Okay. So we have Justice first coming out. Okay, kind of what I'm seeing here, Gemini, is... Okay, so you're blindfolded here in this card. And I think that's kind of how you're feeling right now, where you feel a little bit lost. And but by blindfolding yourself, it's almost like you have to use your intuition. It's like you're seeking the guidance of the universe. That's that sword represents here, is truth and clarity. And you're hoping that by shutting off your like 5 senses, that you will see, or that you will find clarity and some way to bring, balance to your life. So I was getting the message of like a sleep or deprivation tank. You might be interested in something like that as a form of meditation. Yeah, and just, I am getting that just for someone, I don't know. But anyway, it's almost like this is you on earth seeking that priestess energy. You're wanting to call in the priestess so that they can bring balance into your life. And like I said, it could be a spiritual or a physical priestess that's coming to you. Okay, I kind of want to see what's on both sides of the Justice card, like what needs to be brought into balance, okay? So, what needs to be brought into balance? Oh, this is where, okay, this is why they're saying the North Node and South Node were coming up. So, I don't know if you know what the North and South Nodes are, so I'll explain it briefly. Your South Node is kind of like your karmic debt that you've brought into this life with you and that you've gained throughout this lifetime. Your North Node is kind of like where you are wanting to, or maybe it's not even a one thing, it's where you are needing to be, something that you're needing to accept about life so you can live more authentically in your truth. And even though our North Node can be really scary, like I'll just give you an example. My North Node is in Taurus, and so I've always really struggled with the idea of wanting money and wanting the finer things in life, because that's very Taurian energy. Being a team with someone, because I've always been like, I've always desired like ultra independence. I have always resented the fact that money is such a driving force in our culture. And so I have to find a way to be comfortable with why those things are. You know what I'm saying? So there's something about, if you have North Node in Gemini, there's something about the Gemini energy that makes you feel uncomfortable, that you need to get comfortable with. Yeah, that you're needing to find balance. It's always something that makes us feel uneasy, but it's a truth about life and about because it's important for us to accept things just as they are, accept ourselves just as we are, accept society just as it is. Now that doesn't mean we don't want change. It just means that there's beauty in brokenness as well. Hang on. I think they're wanting me to switch to, I brought out just the traditional Rider-Waite tarot here. So what is on either side of this Justice card for Gemini, please? Okay, so we have the Queen of Cups with the Six of Cups on the bottom. Now, Six of Cups is like past, the things that we either did in our past lives or things from our childhood. And what it is almost like, okay, you have a dream as a child, not like a sleep dream, but like a dream. And the world will often guide you away from that dream. We usually don't have, some people have supportive people around them, but we're usually guided away from that dream towards more traditional thinking, right? And I think what's happening is you might be feeling a little bit kind of like triggered right now with this thing from your past. I think keeps coming up because it is the Six of Cups, and she's holding a cup here. She's the Queen of Cups. And so I think it keeps coming up into your reality, whatever this, I don't know, there's just something that's triggering you. And because if you look at her face, she looks really, really stern, and she's looking straight at that cup. She's just like boring her eyes into it. I was like, what does this mean? What does this mean? And she's struggling because she wants to figure it out really badly. It's almost that message that I was getting beforehand about like jumping the gun or eager to get started. She's like trying really hard to figure it out. But if you notice, this cup isn't open. It has a lid on it. So she's not being able to like see into it clearly, but she wants to. She's really, really desiring that. Okay. And then you have the Two of Swords, which is a very like kind of Libra and Justice type of energy, with the Hermit on the bottom. Okay, so if you notice, this person is blindfolded as well. And it's like, it's almost like sword points to one side, sword points to the other side. Hang on just a second. Okay, so this is honestly, I feel, supposed to be here. And it's like you're making a decision to either stay in your comfort zone and like just ignore the messages that you're getting, or okay, let's get the other one now. But you're not just sitting here, you are, it's almost like that deprivation tank again, where it's, you're closing your eyes and just trying to listen to your intuition, because that's the Hermit. The Hermit is about listening to your intuition, like letting that guide you. Even though it's dark, you know, like when you have a blindfold on, it's dark, but then you have a little light that's guiding you, and that is your intuition. That's this sort of truth. It's the priestess, I think, here. I think you're trying to find this priestess, or you're needing to. If you're feeling triggered by something and you feel frustrated about it, and like you wish that you weren't being triggered, you just want to keep living your life and moving forward. I don't know. I just feel like you are supposed to really call on your guides, whether they're earth guides or otherwise. Okay, what's on the other side of this? Yeah. Okay, the Ten of Wands with the Seven of Wands on the bottom. Okay. The Ten of Wands is about like all the burdens that we carry through life, and it's about putting those burdens down. But the Seven of Wands is about being defensive, and I honestly feel like it's like carrying the burdens makes you feel safe because it's what you've always done. You've always had those 10 wands in your arms. You've always maneuvered through life carrying the 10 wands. You've kind of got the hang of it. You know what I mean? And it's comfortable. It's not comfortable. It's actually really uncomfortable, but it's comfortable because it's what you know. It's the only thing that you know. And so it's almost like you could be feeling pretty defensive about letting go of the things that make you feel resentful, the things that it's the, you know, all the things that piss us off. I think you're needing to look at those things and ask why. Why does this piss me off? Why do I carry this with me when it's not my responsibility to carry this with me? But you probably do feel a sense of responsibility with this Justice card. It's like you feel a sense of responsibility to carry these burdens with you. But it's just like, just one, I'm hearing like, you know, something that makes you pissed off. And I'm hearing for some reason like politics. There's something that pisses you off about politics, right? That you're like really stubborn about. But it's like, why? Ask yourself why. And keep asking yourself why until you get to the bottom of the truth, right? It's like, I know that's a psychology thing where if there's a question that you don't know the answer to, like, why am I so pissed off today? And then you answer that question. And so say the question is because our government screws over this group of people or whatever. Okay, so why does our government screw over this group of people? And then you answer that. And I don't know why I'm getting that government message, but it could be for somebody. But it doesn't have to be like, maybe there's a person in your life that pisses you off. It's like, okay, so why is this person pissing me off? And you answer the question and you say, okay, say they told you, I don't know, that was so mundane. It was like something about your outfit. So that's like so totally mundane, nothing. But there's like, even in the mundane things, like, oh, they told me my outfit wasn't cute or something like that. And you say, okay, well, why did that piss me off so much? And you're like, oh, I really like this outfit. It's like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, you just keep going. Why does that person's opinion matter so much? It doesn't. It really doesn't. So it's like all the things that we carry from other people isn't ours to carry. But you're really, really defensive. There's something that you're really defensive about here. But you're needing to look at in a more kind-hearted way with this Queen of Cups. Because the Queen of Cups, she understands emotional depth. She understands how to convey emotions properly. But this Queen of Cups, personally, like, she looks a little angry. It's almost like the answer pisses her off. The answer of how to meet, or like how to bring more kindness to the world, because she is a queen, so she's like a ruler of people and places. So it's like how to bring more kindness and love to yourself in the world. That answer kind of pisses you off, and the lid's on it. Like, you don't want to take the lid off. You want to keep the lid on. You don't want to look at it. You want to keep carrying the anger, the burdens. You want to keep carrying it. But there is a call for you to I'm hearing the words just like drop it. Yeah. Okay. So I told you I would show you this card here. The king of the gods in ancient Rome, the planet Jupiter, symbolizes the sky, thunder, oaths, and wisdom. On a Thursday, or when the moon is in Sagittarius, which is the day I'm recording this, write your name and draw Jupiter's symbol on a small purple or blue candle. Rub the candle with oils of hibiscus, oak, or pine, and sprinkle the herb of cinquefoil, I don't know if I'm saying that right, also known as five-finger grass, around the base of the candle. Write your long-term goals and plans of action on paper, ask for Jupiter's wisdom, and place the letter under the candle or on the altar. Let the entire candle burn out and finish the rite by burning the letter. Scatter the ashes in a place that represents success, business, or wealth of knowledge. I'm getting strongly this wealth of knowledge because of like, there's something that you're needing to, it's almost like you could have all the knowledge in the world, or maybe like even a place of prayer or some spiritual place that you're supposed to spread these ashes at, because it's almost like you need to let go of, you could have all the knowledge in the world about a specific subject, but you could still have resentment towards it. So it's almost like you need to see it in a more spiritual way. Okay, so Gemini, this has been your reading. I hope it was helpful. If it was, you can like, comment, share, subscribe. I thank any of you for being present today, any of your guides that were present, any of my guides that were present, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.